All right, all right, all right, all right. Looks like a little too much on the mic. Welcome, 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 mother, welcome, yo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not right now, not right now. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. We'll finish the episode later. I mean, give me a minute, give me a minute. Get in here, though. Get in here. Get definitely in here. Whoa, I keep doing that. I gotta check how my mic's sounding as far as this little graph goes. Sounding pretty good. But we're about to see. We're about to see. Give me a minute. All right. Everything sounds pretty good on the video. Should do this before. All right. Do that. And then back here. It's more for me than anything. That's more for me than anything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Happy Monday to everybody. Hopefully, everybody's Monday's going smooth. Mine's not too bad. Here we are. Or maybe it is, and maybe that's why I'm here, right? We're about to find out. But before I go any further, I am HT or Jesus, depending how well you know me or how close you can get to me. And this is part 14 of HT speaking to himself. And if you don't know what goes on here, because these shows don't happen that constant, only when I'm in the mood to vent some shit out, right? Well, that's what I do. I just kind of speak to myself out loud, obviously, and just try to process some things. So, welcome along. If you're a psycho like me, this is probably the right place for you. If you enjoy speaking to yourself out loud, this is you'll appreciate this. But yeah, welcome. And you guys already know this is YouTube, so like, subscribe, share the energy, and if you actually care, turn on the damn bell for me one time, please. Go make sure you go subscribe to Gatzinsila on his YouTube and all platforms. Go stream that original music from my boy. All right, go show him some love. My High Electro still happens every Sunday, 8:30 Mountain time on his YouTube channel, Gatsin Sila. go bother him on Instagram about the merch. Go show him some love. Go show him some love. Boy needs it. Boy needs it, as I think we all do, right? But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. Everybody's chilling, enjoying the Mondays, probably home already or heading home, whatever the case may be. The 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 day today, the best way I can kind of describe it was just kind of regular, nothing out of the usual, regular work day, one night, you know what I mean? But um I did want to get on here today, and obviously while I am here, because yesterday just had you know an event happened where it just made me have some thoughts and made me have some real feelings, and and as you know, if you've been here before, the main reason why I have this and I do this is because sometimes I don't have somebody to speak to on this level or in this way, right? So this is why we do this, because I got a lot of shit on my mind, and I should probably do better job of expressing it more often, but I don't, because I'm human, and who really gives a fuck, right? But when I do deem something of importance or value, at least to me, or something that actually makes me feel something or has me thinking something or kind of drags into my dreams when I try to go to sleep, that's kind of a sure tell sign that, okay, that might be important. I should speak on that. Let's see what's good, you know what I mean? But as you guys, as you guys read that first part of the title, make sure you like and subscribe if you find this. And if you just come here, just taking a quick peek, make sure you at least like it. You know what I mean? Like the stream, yo. Like the stream, yo. But as you guys could read that first part of the video, I don't like my algorithm. I don't like my algorithm. Algorithm. And kind of what I mean by that, obviously not, well, kind of literal too, as far as my passing through the world wide web. But that's not why I'm saying this. I think when I start, when the 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 reason why I'm framing it the way I am, and I'm putting it in this way through I don't like my algorithm. I think that's signs when I start having that rerun or going back to that place within myself that that the birth of another existential crisis starts occurring. And believe it or not, I have those twice a month, maybe once a month if I'm lucky, 4 times a month, right? I have those a lot. I've always think since I was young, I've always had existential crisis. I always picked at things. I always was curious enough. I always asked myself questions. I kind of I always, that's how I knew I was capable of doing more for myself in just in every aspect and whatnot. But when I start feeling that I don't like my algorithm, that's when I know, oh, here comes my good old pal, Darkness. And he brought his friend, existential existential crisis, having an existential crisis. And in and no, it almost and not in one way specifically, but almost in every way, like every life, like I have those mornings or those days when I do get up and I get ready for my day or to go to work, whatnot. Like, and I ask myself, should I keep going? Is it still worth it? Is there still something out there for me to get excited enough to go? Is there still something that I gotta still work for in a real way? Is there still something that motivates me? Is there something still that inspires me? Do I have the right people around me? Is anything worth it anymore? Right? Is this it? Is this could this be the ending of my existence? Right? Is this is the moment I've been I've been romanticizing over since I was 10 years old, right? And depending on who's listening or who you're speaking to, those choice words of mine can sound alarming, of course, right? Especially if you're like a regular old human, you get a kick out of eating ice cream or some shit. I don't know, right? Shout out to you ice cream lovers though. No hate, no hate. Shout out to y'all. Y'all eat the ice cream for me, you know what I mean? But yeah, I start having that feeling that I don't like my algorithm. And I'm not gonna lie, my YouTube algorithm right now, it's kind of sucks. It's kind of shit right now. Need to, I need to get rid of some shit, and I need to start clicking on some new shit. Cause yeah, just you have that moment, even in the way where, because I listen to music probably on every day. There's not a day that I personally don't listen to music at some point in my day. I'm gonna listen to music. That's just what I do, and I make my own playlist. Right? Obviously, I'm not. You know, one time I tried to use a made playlist by Apple Music. Oh, I almost shot myself in the face. Couldn't do it. The burden and the guilt was too much. So I try once in a while, but I never end up being able to actually just go to that playlist and just listen to that playlist. You know what I mean? So even in when the music is not doing the thing that I look for it to do, that's where I know I'm about to have another existential crisis, right? Questioning every aspect of my own existence, of my thoughts, my perspective, my beliefs, my feelings, and everything. And even if existence is enough is something to continue on, right? But as I said, as alarming as that sounds, it's really not. I think it's I think it's a healthy way to have some real self-reflection within yourself. What in the manner that I believe every human should, right? Because you should have a good relationship with self, and you should really know what that self is, and you should probably try to do it in the most authentic way you can. You know what I mean? So I say these words, and you might hear them, and they might sound alarming or whatever the case may be, but they're not. I've been doing this my whole life. I've been self-reflecting since I was given a memory, you know? And right now I'm having one of those moments, right? And as the human that I am, because as you know, I have yet to escape that. Maybe one day I'll escape it, right? But as of right now, I'm a full flesh human, right? You bleed red, I bleed red. You make yourself think that it's different, it's bigger than the last time, that it's almost more potent, more intentional this time. But the hilarious thing about that simple thought is that you're doing it to yourself, or you allowed your mind the level of freedom where you do have these, or you can't escape these. Because honestly, as far as me not liking my algorithm right now, it's, it's, it's probably how I learned how to think in a real way, and how to analyze things, and see them inside out or inside out, whatever the case may be, right? Or reversed engineered, or backwards, or this way, left, right, up the middle, up, down. But having existential crisis was the way I learned how to think. It was the way how I learned human nature, how to analyze it, how to understand certain behaviors. Not for myself, but because when you're human, you'll happen to be around some humans. That's just how this goes. Why is this chair so uncomfortable today, son? But whatever, it's all good. Um, and I think those moments, and I was an only child for like half of my life, so I did have a lot of time alone. So due to that and just the environment, to a certain degree, escaping, right? Thinking and challenging my own existence at every point that I could was why I'm grateful to be able to think the way I do, or to be able to look at something and give you an aspect or perspective that maybe you're just not capable of seeing because maybe you've never got into the poetic art of testing your own existence. I don't know, right? And in one, I'm deeply grateful. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass sometimes, right? But whatever that toll is, I'd pay it every time. Because I think if you're not having an existential crisis, and I mean this respectfully, you're probably not challenging your own existence, and you're probably not getting to know yourself in the full spectrum of self that you should. Or you're not, or you're too comfortable in your box that whatever works for you is probably going to continue working for you, but not going to adapt anything new or 360 something, right? Like, so I think it's healthy to have existential crisis, basically, right? Like I said, don't get me wrong, they're a pain in the ass, they're a burden, you know, you try and be productive, trying to do this, have this idea and whatnot, and you can't help yourself stay still for in 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 for whoa, hold up. You just stay still and you kind of you wander off, and then you walk through your brain, right? And I don't know where scientifically the imagination would lie right now off the top of my head, but you start walking through your mind, and then well, the way I kind of walked through, I'm just like checking on like, is this light off? Is the door closed? How's the imagination room? Is it clean? And everything seems as I left it last time, This door was closed, that light was off, I was doing this over here, so we were here the other day, So until you open that the part of your imagination and it's just running on its own. My imagination is thinking and producing on its own without me participating. I guess obviously I'm not 100% gone because it's reproducing off my unconscious mind, right? So it's still functioning off me, but I'm not directly consciously partaking in that creations or in that thought or in that leap beyond humanity, right? And it's just going, right? And you try and turn it off, but it doesn't turn off. You close the door, but it doesn't turn off. You cover it. Like if I would cover the light that I'm using right now to shoot this stream with a blanket, you try to cover it, but the light bleeds right through the cover. And then you're like, damn, all right. So this is why I wandered off in a moment of stillness while everybody around me is thinking, is he okay? Is he all right? Where's he at? Why is he so far away, but yet right next to me, right? So in that moment of great detachment, I would call it, you're like, damn, the imagination room is doing some shit and I can't turn it off. And then you walk in, finally take off the blanket, and you understand that this is not going to go away right now. This is that uncomfortable feeling before you finally fall asleep at night, if you're able to even, right? Sometimes I can't, and sometimes I'm lucky enough that I close my eyes, but then I just start dreaming. And believe it or not, dreaming is not as restful as you think. I know as far as the science goes, when you reach REM sleep, so and everybody, that's when you actually rest, right? But REM sleep sometimes introduces dreams, and sometimes the dreams are a little too active. Sometimes I only felt that I closed my eyes to go to a different reality. And so, believe me or not, dreams keep me up a lot. And they keep me up even more when I'm in this place or moment of, I don't like the algorithm right now. I'm bored. There's something that I need to figure this out. Or is existence even worth it at this point? Right? And like I said, don't be alarmed. This is just real conversations. If I'll just say it this way. If the altitude of your thinking, let's say, is here, I get it. You're going to be alarmed. You're going to think I'm talking about some other shit. But if the altitude of your thinking is beyond your comfort or your limits of what you think reality is, then it's a regular conversation. So you finally you finally accept that, right? And you're like, all right, so who we are. But like I said, having an existential crisis, you don't have an effect no more. And what I mean by that is that once I intentionally walk into my imagination to develop an idea, to create, to find inspiration, to think of things in different manners, to look at something from a different standpoint or perspective, that's fun. That's cool, especially because the flow and the energy depends on what you bring to it or whatnot. But once the existential crisis has begun and it's been going on for a day, you just haven't been in that place because, you've been acting like everything is fine. But once you know it's there, you're just along there for the ride. Just there along for the ride. And sometimes it's the same question, sometimes it's a whole different question, and sometimes it's a mirror with the reflection of you pointing at you as it stares back at you. How condescending is that, right? But I guess as anybody's watching or will watch this is the most materialized version of that. HT speaking to himself, especially in in a way where I'm just really telling you what's on my mind, not thinking about it. It's just what's there, what's been there, what's the itch, right? I don't have to think how to say these things because they just are, period. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't like my algorithm. And like I said, don't be alarmed. It's just an important question I deem of importance to myself to always ask it or to always look around like, why is this person around? Or why do I think like this? Or why am I eating that? You know what I mean? Just little things. Or why do I still speak in this manner? Whatever. Or why is the feelings so dreadful at this point every time I open my eyes and I wake up in this reality? But don't get me wrong, like I said, in dreams, it could be as dreadful too, right? And like I told you, it's peeking into my dreams now. Not even in those in that other reality that I would call hot. It's still there. I have to still deal with it. It's a little more flexible in the dream world, but still there, right? Because, like I said, I don't have an existential crisis every day, right? I mean, there could be a week straight that I do, like maybe this week, right? Or even last week. I don't know when it started exactly. But I'm those type of people that I don't know if y'all watched the Inception movie. It's an old movie now with DiCaprio, right? Just when they go into the dream state and they develop a memory or to get something out of it as work, right? And you know, in the movie, how everybody has to have like a little object to remind themselves they're still dreaming or if this is actual reality. I, c- I have to do that every morning, you know? Because sometimes in the morning, or whenever I do wake up, sometimes I don't wake up in the morning, right? I get to do that sometimes. I feel blank, like blank. Like I feel like everything I know, all the memories I have, everybody I know, it's not real. I feel extremely blank. And I think that's probably the main reason why I developed detachment or dissociation so quickly. Because even since I was little, I wake up blank. Like I'm nobody. I'm literally nothing besides my biological form, right? And I always have to have, obviously not like literal object, even though I have a fidget object in my hand right now. But I need something to remind me that this is real, that I am something, right? That I am Jesus, whatever the fuck, you know? But I digress, right? As of right now, I don't like my algorithm. And if, you know, you get anything from this back and forth with myself, don't be scared to say that sometimes. It's okay. You don't like your algorithm. You don't like the shadow that stands behind you every day, you know? It's okay. Because even when you don't see the shadow's still there. Just the light's not hitting it the right way, you know? And don't be scared. Don't be scared to think about that. Don't be scared to annihilate everything that confirms to you that this is real. Sometimes I do it on purpose, and sometimes, like I say, I wake up and I'm blank. I'm like a new GTA character, an NBA 2K character, or a FC 25 career character, you know, build me up type vibes, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't like my motherfucking algorithm, right? But that leads me to move on to the second thing here in my title. If y'all here, like and subscribe, share the energy. I appreciate you. My gratitude if you do, if you are here, and if you do find this later, I appreciate you listening to my rants that I once in a while do. Part 14, HT speaking to himself. And before I get into the second part of this conversation, please go show some love to the Musing Copa pour over episode 4, Coffee Bean from Nicaragua. Go show us some love. It's in the streaming tab. If not, it's in the playlist with all the music, other copas, the first one, the second one, and the third and the fourth one. So go show us some love. Go like it. Go let me know what you think. I had some today. Still delicious. Still honey. Still plum. Still with the pear. No, wait, no. It was honey. Oh yeah, it was honey, pear, and plum. Yeah, still tastes like that. And I made it in the regular coffee machine, the regular degular office coffee machine. So go show us some love. If you're a coffee nerd like me, because that's another thing we do, go show us some love. Go run it up for me one time. Appreciate you. Gratitude to y'all. But as I as I started this poetic rant, you know, I'm always connecting things, right? That's how I think. I connect one thing to another and I make it work. That's kind of how I've gotten this far as a living being. But as I was saying, sometimes I need something to remind myself that I am something, that I am somebody, you know, that I'm not just some biological thing or matter that is just there, right? And this Sunday, as many of you know, right? Because, I mean, it's a big event. The Super Bowl happened this weekend, right? Obviously, I'm sure everybody was geeking out. People love fucking sports. Another shit that I, to a certain degree, don't get. But what am I, right? I like professional Call of Duty. So judge me as you will, right? Shout out to Optical. Anyways, so the Super Bowl happened this weekend, right? And I'm not. I, I don't even. I haven't watched it for the past maybe 3 to 5 years, right? I haven't, right? However, this year, due to the performance at hand, that was Mr. K. Dot Kendrick Lamar that performed at the halftime show, I was actually excited. I was like, yeah, okay. Like I'm actually gonna intentionally make sure I watch it one way or another, right? I'm gonna watch the whole game, I'm gonna watch the halftime, watch the ending, whatever, even though I didn't watch the ending. Because obviously they got swept like a motherfucker. But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the birds, as they say. I don't know, man. But shout out to those champions. And like I said, I don't really watch Super Bowl. I don't really give a fuck. As far as like football, I used to really be into it when I was little. Like probably from, I don't know, 11 14, 15. Like I love playing Madden. I love the jerseys. I was into the whole shit. I, yeah, I was into it, right? But then I stopped being into it as I got older, right? And I'm still not. I haven't gone back, right? I mean, I'll still see a sick jersey, and I'll be like, "Ah, that's a sick jersey." You know who has a sick jersey? That if it works out, I'm gonna get it. CU's new jersey, obviously, right? Because homie's like best at marketing in the world, right? But those jerseys are sick. I don't know if I would wear it though, but sick jersey, just the latest football jersey that I seen that actually caught my attention. So, I watched the Super Bowl like everybody else, anticipating, mainly me, anticipating the halftime show, right? Mr. K. Dot Kendrick Lamar. And the reason why I'm bringing it up now, and the reason why I'm I'm letting you know that it was a moment that it reminded me of who I am, or that I'm something beyond this bio this biology that I'm standing in. Yeah, that works for now, right? Because he did such a great job. He killed it. His storytelling. I know a lot of people, because most people don't deem as hip hop or rap an actual fucking art, even though it has influenced the whole world. It runs the whole world. Your favorite artist looks like a rapper, but he's probably singing some other shit. 'Cause rap runs the world, period, right? But it's not what I'm here for today, right? So K Dot's performance, believe it or not, was really meaningful to me. It reminded me of something, right? It woke up that thing of why I'm even here sometimes, or I've made it this far, or this thing that helped me along the way when nothing else would help me, and allowed me into its home, and I made myself comfortable. I developed an identity through it. I developed a lot, and it was that I still love hip hop, like I truly do, and that moment was extremely important. And right now, I'm just going to give you the extremely important to me, and then we're going to talk about the overall view of this whole shit, right? But I still love hip hop, like I truly do. And Kate Kendrick Lamar's performance at that stage, at that level, with that many eyes, and he did a great fucking job. Fuck you, internet, if you don't know what the fuck a rap performance is, and we're gonna get into that too. Shout out to you little weird hermits out there, weirdos. Got your personality on the internet, huh? Anyways, my fault, my fault. I'm lashing out now, you know? You know when the sun throws you a sun ray out of nowhere? I gotta chill out, I gotta chill out, you know? Woo! Like and subscribe, yo. Like and subscribe. All I got is me, so all I'm giving you is me, you know what I mean? But anyways, it reminded me that I love hip hop. It reminded me, it gave me that feeling, how hip hop used to give me that feeling growing up and in my teenage years, and probably until 2016. So after 2016, hip hop got weird, and as every other industry in the world, it, it has been changed and affected by the advancement of technology, and and that's just a part of change, a part of the new adaptation that we all have to deal with. But after 2016, it was rough, to say the least, to be a hip hop fan, to defend it. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I haven't really stopped listening to hip hop at any point. Maybe the only, I mean, but I've always listened to R&B. That hasn't changed. But I mean, I guess it has to a certain degree, because in the past 5 years maybe, I've been listening to more R&B for sure. More R&B for sure, Spanish and English. So there you go. Because it's been rough to be a hip hop fan. It's been rough to be proud of it. And like I said, the advancements that happens with the pre-dystopian future that we live in, and will will get more embedded in us, it affected hip hop. It made it microwave. It made it where rappers don't even have to actually fucking write or come up with ideas or the rhyme scheme or the story or the metaphors, or like this the action, like rappers were not even writing the actual raps. Everybody was just kind of saying random shit that had no real meaning. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I like all my hip hop and rap super serious. Of course, I like a vibe. Of course, sometimes you just got to party. I get it. I'm with it. But it got to the point where it's a bunch of nonsense. And it was hard to defend it. It was hard to be prideful, to be a fan of it. And it was looking like this is what the new version of hip hop was supposed to be in these pre-dystopian moments that we're having, right? And it was hard. It's been hard. It sucked, especially when you grew up with it. I I am hip hop, like 100%. Like since I found Biggie back, I don't know, shit, third, fourth, earlier, whenever I found it, right? I am hip hop. I love hip hop. I truly do. That's why I dress the way I dress. I speak the way I speak, whatever the case may be, right? And yesterday, K Dot reminded me of why I still love it and why I should keep loving it. Because what he did was, because, as I said earlier, when I was lashing out, the young people, the next generation, that would be my, well, the next few generations, right? There's more than one at this point. They don't really get it. And one side effect that the internet has, being so implemented in our lives every day, like literally, right? Is that the internet doesn't like things like real stuff. It just doesn't. That's why I was joking, but I wasn't playing. Like some of y'all got your whole personality based on the internet. Some of y'all haven't experienced actual motherfucking life. How that happens, I don't know. But it happens. And that's the reality that we're in now and probably will continue to be. It probably get worse or at some point. You don't even you're gonna be like me. You don't deem this shit real, right? But for different reasons, obviously. So Kendrick with that beautiful, wonderful, great performance. He 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 put rap or hip hop where I fell in love with it. He rapped, son. He had something to say. He had metaphors. He had similes. He had flows. He had voice changing. He had a message, right? And the fact that he performed two diss tracks, because that, oh man, that warmed my heart. Like I was a kid in Christmas again, son. Last time I was a kid in Christmas, I was excited. I was like, damn, yo, he's about to do that. Oh, damn. And he did it. Did it really fucking well, right? And then the message was important. And yeah, and it was a reminder that I fucking love hip hop, bro. Like I do. And I'm so happy and glad that somebody like Kendrick is doing it at that real point, right? And I'm sure homie has his imperfection. I'm sure he's human, right? You guys heard the Mr. Morale project for sure. I'm not saying he's perfect or invisible or he doesn't have his shortcomings. But as far as doing the rap thing, first Kendrick Lamar literally writes everything. Okay. When you want those 5 Grammys, like, because if you go to any other pop artist or even other rapper or whatever other singer and they win a Grammy and you go to their credits, they're going to have like a 50 names of different people that helped win that. When Kendrick won those 5 Grammys the other night and it said writer, just said Kendrick Lamar. Because one thing that always hurt me, and it was hard to be prideful to be into hip hop or stand by hip hop or love it as much as I do, was that people think rap and hip hop is not the highest art of them all. But that happens when rappers stop writing their shit and they actually making creative decisions for themselves, not given a framework and just fill in the blanks, right? And if you know me, I'll never, you know, I like to write. I respect the art form of writing. It's important. It's valuable. It's poetic. It's it's fuel that you don't think you need, but you need, right? And Kendrick showcased that hip hop rap is high art. It's always been high art. And I'm shooting this at those people that, you know, that are whatever age or raised on the internet that doesn't know that, right? It's high art. You need to be able to write to be a good rapper. And I think he showcased that well. Because he definitely fucking rapped. And he told you a story and gave you a message. And another feeling that it gave me, it gave me a reason to be proud to be an American. Straight up. And you guys, my position in my immigrant ass, you know how the world's at right now and what it is, it is what it is, right? We're not gonna get into that. But this country's in a weird place, you know, maybe for good and maybe for bad, maybe for both. Maybe it's the change we need, but it's a different conversation all in all. But not to digress. What I'm saying is I was proud of being American. I was like, yes, at least something to develop some optimism, some hope, towards the future, right? It made me feel proud, right? And and it it told the same old story that it gets told, but it was more meaningful in this point because people need a reminder. People need a motherfucking reminder. And if you thought, his choreograph and him having the flag and Samuel L. Jackson narrating was a simple thing, didn't have no meaning, and that's why you don't really get rap or hip hop. You gotta read in between the lines when it comes to writing. That's where the real shit gets set at, by the way. Giving you a quick cheat code on that. But it told the story, and he did it. Him and his whole PJ Lang team fucking did a phenomenal fucking job. The fact that it was at that stage with those many eyes, the whole world is fucking watching, and he fucking did it. He executed so superbly. Chef's kiss, when you have that fatty, buttery sashimi, just melts on your tongue type energy. Chef's kiss, you know what I mean? And he repeated a story that's been already true for over 20 years. Uh, that we're hip hop. We're gonna say what we want to say, speak the way we want to speak, dress the way we want to dress, be the way we want to be. Because that's hip hop. That's the point. Hip hop is an interruption. Hip hop is a softening of middle America. That all that you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to speak like this. Like even Samuel Jackson said it. Oh, you're too ghetto, right? He was helping to say the story of the show, but it was that show. There's a reason why I'm wearing Virgil Abloh as we speak right now, because that's why I was proud to be American in that moment when I was watching the show. Because people, for some fucking reason, right? And sometimes I feel like all those people should go back to fucking riding on horses and shit and wearing fucking dress gowns every day. Like, people still want to act like there's a certain way to be in this fucking country. There's a certain way to speak. There's a way to present yourself. That we still got to play this fucking game that is delusional and it's degrading to a certain degree. And I think Kendrick, just like Virgil Abloh, Off White, and him being creative director of Louis Vuitton, rest in peace to Virgil Abloh, showed you that we don't live in that world no more. We just don't. All that bubble shit that you're supposed to only speak this way, act like, it's been bullshit. It's always been bullshit. Me personally, obviously, I'm a hip hop kid. I fucking frame of work or the frame of thinking never worked for me, so I couldn't even follow if I could. So I didn't. That's why hip hop received me well and taught me well and gave me a home. And Kendrick showed it. Like, and look, it's not even about middle America, right? Because at this point, it's everybody in that class range. Like, people think that you can't speak a certain way or say a certain way or show up dressed a certain way, or I love it, it's too ghetto. Like, that's bullshit, son. And Kendrick Lamar made it very fucking clear. And that was missing in this pre-dystopian American society that we're all part of and we will continue to be part of. Like, don't get this shit twisted, bro. Like, we don't have to play the game like that. We don't have to code switch and speak. Like, we don't. We don't have to kiss nobody's ass. We don't have to be ashamed of what we come from. Like, we don't. And that's why I originally loved hip hop. The reason why hip hop and I fit so damn well was basically my actual dad as I grew up, is because it accepted me as I was. It made me feel proud of where I come from. And it gave me enough value that when I do have to go into those rooms and we have to act a certain way, speak a certain way, and make sure my English is cut a certain way or whatever the fuck, that I have enough value to go in there and really not give a fuck and do my thing. And I think if you're one of those people on the internet that thought, oh, it was simple. Well, first of all, you don't know what the fuck rap is, because it was a fucking rap show. okay, of just straight rapping in bars and storytelling. But it was that reminder, like, and it's a reminder for who's looking and who cares, right? Because the people that live in their bubble that want to still live in this old fashioned, like, things are, the reason why Virgil Abloh is so significant and probably my favorite designer of all time. This is all bullshit, man. Like it's bullshit. Like, go to work, get the work done. Doesn't matter what you're wearing. Now, obviously, there's certain environments that you can't help yourself. You got to wear certain things because you're a physician or a nurse, whatever the case may be, right? But aside from that, it doesn't matter no more, man. Be you. Be what you are, be what you come from, and stand on that shit. Stop correcting yourself for these fucking people that don't fucking care about you, bruh. Or these people that have the clear cut intention of judging you, and they don't even know who the fuck they are. Right? They've never tested their limits of their own humanity, and they want to judge you and look at you crazy. Nah, fuck that. And that's what hip hop is, man. Find value in yourself. Be proud of where you come from, and don't give a fuck. That's why it went the way it went. He performed the song, right? The PDF shit, right? And another thing, and look, I don't like giving my opinion on this kind of stuff. I really don't. This is probably one of the few times that I will. Other stuff, I keep it private, just especially the way I'm trying to display myself on the internet. But aside from the homie, he literally cut his head off to be number one rapper. That song is relevant besides that. Not like us, it's more than homie getting his head ripped off. Not like us is a reflection of where America stands and shit, the whole fucking world. And I mean that, not taking that back. Because certain behaviors and thinking and preferences, whatever the fuck that means, are coming back and are being okayed. A lot of industries are built on those things. Sex trafficking per se, right? So it's not just the song of the year because of the head that got taken off. That matters too, but that only matters in the hip hop sense of things. But as far as overall, it's a reflection of where we stand in the world right now. In the world at this point, and it probably will only continue to be that way, will continue to be as perverse as it is now in certain behavior things are allowed or okay, or as they want to say, a preference, whatever the fuck, right? I am grateful that I could speak like this, though, for sure. I am deeply grateful. So shout out to everybody. But Kendrick Lamar reminded me why I still love hip hop, what hip hop really is, and what a fucking rap high level show is. He performed it. He showed you guys. He was talking his shit. He was telling a story. And at the end of the day, just be yourself, man. Stop being a filter. Stop being a fucking short, a reel, a TikTok. Just be you. And if you think you want to display those things on the internet, try to do it as close as to you as you can. Because, like I said last time on the last Thursday show, everything is done with a filter to a certain degree on this internet thing. But I truly think Mr. K. Kendrick Lamar, he fucking killed it. And I'm so fucking proud to be a hip hop fan and be that and without hesitation say that I love hip hop. And if you don't understand that, I need you to rewatch that a couple of times and really pay attention. Because he showed you from high level rapping and writing to storytelling to a message. America was part of that show too. Don't forget. That's why Sam narrated as America. But we don't live in those times no more. Like, go back, ride a horse, go wear a fucking dress every day. I don't fucking know to tell you. This, like, those things are not real no more. It's all bullshit to cover up more bullshit. And hip hop has always done an elegant job of giving people that have always felt like that to know that it's bullshit. And just be you, be who you are, be what you feel, be what satisfies your soul and what's going to make you get closer to knowing your soul and who you actually are, not who you think you should be, not who they think you should be, not how they think you should speak, blah, 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 or even your general interest. So, for my people out there that always thought as rap or hip hop as a second thought, you know, rethink about it. Because rap hip hop is a high art. It's a writing art. It's it means to have real talent, not just a rapping, not just metaphors, but to create a whole song and actually make it make sense, make it sound catchy, make it go number one. Rap is one of the highest arts. And until the day I die, that's gonna be my stance. Like, of course, like everything else in this damn reality, it's not perfect. It comes with the shortcomings, it comes with this ignorance, of course, but that's everything else in this fucking world. But hip hop is great, man. And I really love this shit. And Mr. K. Kendrick reminded me, right? And the same reason why I'm wearing a virtual app love design hoodie as we speak right now. Doesn't matter. Be you, yo. Find yourself, man. Find your true purpose, man. Push your limits of what you think you are or what they told you that you should be. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm literally an immigrant kid talking to y'all right now. That's been here since I was 3. Single mom type energy, no dad. And here we are, man. Still so much else to do and uncover and experience. But why? Because I found hip hop. Hip hop helped me when nobody else would. And it was a wonderful feeling to get that reminder from one of the biggest stages, arenas, or shows to see. And that's why I watched it. That's why I intentionally watched it because it was important. I knew I this this is the new era of reestablishing hip hop or rap in this high art. Okay. And yeah, and that was that moment yesterday that it made me feel like I'm real. I'm something more. Like, oh, this existence still matters at this point. And I truly love hip hop, yo. And if you know me, you know. That's just what I do. It's what I am. I've always been that. And look at me, about to turn a new age here soon. And I don't think that's gonna go away. I'm gonna be 50 wearing off white, bro. Kiss my ass. But ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time. If you find this later on, like, subscribe. If you care what HT got going on, this is where I'm at. If you care what MTI got going on, this is the only place we're at. Thursday, stream with the squad every Thursday. Show up. I got the Musing Copa pour over series show. I got the coffee vlogs. Go show them some love. Go tell somebody that HT is making content in this bitch. All right. So I am Jesus or HT, depending how well you know me. And